The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. Howard Phillips Lovecraft. We can say that our life is a campaign by fears. I know it sounds ugly, but that's actually what happens. In every stage of our life, there are certain fears. As one grows and gain experience, new or different ones arrive and old ones leave. Fear is of two kinds: useful and useless. The first is the instinctive one, present in our genetic makeup as in animals, and is moved by survival instinct. This is rational and based on objective data. It alerts us to real dangers, not only of that, but of any actual or potentially harmful effect, such as putting gas on fire. The second, instead, is the result of our projection, often based on other people's stories, obviously not verified. These fears are moved only by the unknown, or as mentioned above, by catastrophic images that are projected into our heads after hearing some stories. It's mostly irrational because it has no connection with reality, but since fears leave a much stronger feeling than pleasure, we cling to them, despite the lack of objective data of a danger. A typical example for our society is the fear of making mistakes, where everything has to be perfect, ultra competitive, and so on, comes the anxiety of competition, the only real effect of the competitive attitude. So, just to make a little note, Albert Hubbard said, "The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make one." Unfortunately, over 90% of fears are of the second type and are often deliberately fueled by mass media. Everything is more exaggerated and inflated, so listening increases, but also anxiety. What is the problem with this feeding of useless fears? The escalation of effects. We start with personal fear, then move on to anxiety, and then move on to panic as we understand that the uncontrollability of the danger. It is obvious that it is uncontrollable because it is not linked to any real or verified danger. Because when you know a real danger, you are even less afraid of it. The other part of the problem is that the chain of effect is contagious and faster than any virus because it has the most powerful vehicle to our disposal: fantasy. The worst thing about useless fear is that they rob hope and joy of realization from every person who experiences them. You cannot feel two conflicting emotions at the same time. They can be replaced though. Instead of following trends even with fears, let's analyze them, and if they're not indispensable, let's replace them with hope and goals. Fabrizio Caramagna said, "Beware of fears of the day. They love to steal dreams of the night." Bye, and see you next.